So the difference between a healthy lifestyle and a diet, I'm sure comes up literally every day. So how is that discussion?
So
I'm sure swell.
Yeah. So diet, and when we think of diet, you could use diet in two different ways. Diet is really the food you eat.
Exactly.
From a day to day.
Yes.
We take diet as we look at it more as like a diet as a fad diet.
It's a trigger word.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So typically people think of diet as a short-term things that I eat to get me to my goal really fast. We want this instant gratification. We live in this world that we want weight loss like this. Okay. So we're going to eat 1,200 calories a day, work out 6 days a week for an hour on this special diet, and then hit our goal. Okay. But then you're done with that diet and you don't continue it, and then you gain back that weight. We need lifestyle changes and consistency to keep our weight off and to stay healthy in general. And yes, it may take longer, and that's what we don't like. We don't like things taking time. But again, you have to remember, we did not put the weight on overnight. We're not going to lose it overnight. So I typically, to my clients, don't recommend more than 1 to 2 pound weight loss a week. And especially like if I'm looking at someone and say I'm looking at someone, they're 300 pounds. They may have weight to lose. Where if I get a client that's 150 pounds and they want to get down, their goal weight is 130, I sometimes say, I don't know if I could see you at 130. And we go up to 140, but it's going to take a while for them because they really don't have a lot to lose. Where that 300-pound person may lose weight faster. But typically 1 to 2 pounds a week with lifestyle changes, and those are things that need to be done for the rest of your life. Eating fruits and vegetables, increasing your water, getting lean proteins in, exercise, stress management, sleep. All these things have to be done every single day. All these changes don't have to happen overnight, but they have to happen at some point.
How long does it take to develop a good habit in regards to diets and a healthy lifestyle?
I would say 21, 28 days, around that range. You have to be, like, I have clients that are like 2 weeks in, I can't do this anymore, a week in. And I'm like, you didn't try.
Yeah.
You didn't try. We'll set up, when I meet with clients, we'll set up meal ideas for snacks, lunch, dinner, and breakfast ideas. And they'll do it for a few days, a week, maybe 2, and then they just get sick of it. Or they see 1 pound of weight loss, and they're like, this isn't working. I'm like, you didn't give it enough time. There's so many things that happen with your body, and that's all they look at is the number on the scale. They don't wait 3 months to look at their cholesterol that it went down. Their number on the scale might have not changed, but their cholesterol level might have went down. So these are things that we need to stop using the number on the scale as a validation that we're doing good with our diet.
The number on the scale fluctuates so frequently too.
Oh, yeah.
So if you step on tomorrow after your lifestyle change today, you could go up 2 pounds, and then you're going to be so discouraged.
Yeah.
Because that fluctuation happens normally.
Yeah, and that can happen with bowel movements, with fluid intake, maybe we ate too much salt the night before, especially with women with menstruation, like all these things, and they just don't take that into consideration because all they want is that number on the scale.
So what, from your perspective, would be the ideal lifestyle change? Like what type of, we talked a little bit about the macronutrients a little bit too. So like what type of macronutrient breakdown is good, or does it vary person to person?
It does vary person to person. And I take that into consideration because if I'm looking at an athlete, their macronutrient distribution is going to be a little more carb heavy versus someone else. My favorite probably, and I hate to use a fad diet because this is a fad diet, but I'm gonna, the zone diet. This is a while back, but it's typically a 40% carbohydrate, a 30% protein, and a 30% fat distribution for macronutrients. I do like that, but if you are eating healthy in the way so when I meet with my clients, I always look at the 3 macronutrients, the proteins, the carbs, and the fat, and I set up each meal having those 3 macronutrients. And then I always make sure that there's vegetables at lunch and dinner. If you can get them at breakfast, great. And then one of your snacks. And the way that those meals are set up and we set them up together, typically that zone diet and the macronutrient distribution will fall into play. They don't realize it because a lot of my clients, they'll be like, I asked them, I said, what do you want? Do you want to count calories? Do you want to count macros? Or do you just want general healthy eating? And a lot of them say, I just want general healthy eating because they've tried the macro counting, they've tried the fad diets. That's when they come to me, when they've tried all that stuff, and none of it's worked, or it's worked for a little while and then they gain the weight back. So they don't want to count things. So that's when we just look at actually setting up meals the way they're supposed to be set up.